Hello and welcome to another episode of the Weekly Quotes. Today's quote is from Gillard. Our future growth relies on competitive and innovation, skills and productivity, and these in turns rely on the education of our people. So how do I interpret this? And I think there are a lot of pieces of that inside that quote where we could dig into, but I'm focusing mainly on education, where I think what's working, what's not working. In today's society, in today's schools, in today's education systems, people are valued for agreeing with the opinion of the teacher. And I have felt that, of course, 20 or 30 years back when I was in school, but I still see it today. So it's like you're getting valued, you're getting positive feedback when you're agreeing with the opinion of the teacher. Then you're evaluated on remembering topics. So it's like, hey, you have read this book, you understood what was announced in the text, you have been reading or what the teacher was teaching. And for remembering that, you're getting grades. And that means really it's like a grade decides if you're good or if you're bad. A grade decides from an educational system if you're proven to be good, proven to be in the right spot, proven to be valued for the next educational level, and so on and so on. So it's a lot about on how do you take things which are existing and just give them back to the teacher and just repeat them in a way that you directly basically mention exactly what's written there without putting your own opinion into this, without you disagreeing. So what does it mean from a business perspective? We're not teaching in our educational systems around entrepreneurship, around innovation, around all of these topics to build future business leaders. So I would really like to look into how do we build educational systems in a way where we foster trial and error, where we educate little kids already early on having an opinion and putting the opinion out there and disagreeing. And while disagreeing, as well, understanding the opinion of the other person and understanding each other from different perspectives. And we see how that is playing out right now in the whole world, where people are not listening to each other. So I think that's another topic where we need to educate our kids on is how do you lead, and how do you lead with listening, and how do you lead with empathy and help each other to understand properly. Another big topic, I think, where we would need to dig into when it comes to education is how money works. I see that for myself. I've seen it with my parents and a lot of others that the educational system don't give you the understanding of how money works and how you use money as a facilitator of business, as a facilitator of life, rather than an end product where you look into, hey, I need to get money. So it's really something we need to educate our kids way more in, and then connected to that, failing and validating your failures. I think that's also not at all educated in today's systems, where kids should not do failures. So it's all about preventing failures and don't fail at all. And I think we need to turn this around into how do we build systems? How do we build system thinking and looking into doing failures, not for the sake of doing failures, but understanding each other and using the knowledge of doing that in a way that kids are growing with using their failures and using the validation out of their failures going forward. So a lot been said around these topics. I think there are tremendous opportunities when we take education into the next level, where we look into educating our kids for entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial ways of thinking, which helps us to build better businesses, which then in return helps all of us to change the world to be a better place.